Welcome back to another video. So this one is very interesting to me, almost to the point that it's an obsession. So you maybe already have read the title or the thumbnail. This video is about the psychology between ultra successful people or successful people at all versus people that I would call, we can categorize them as time wasters or low achievers. And just quickly why I'm so obsessed about this subject. Me personally, I've always since childhood been a person that has the ability to just do whatever I say that I'm going to do. So if I say that I'm going to do my best at a sport, I will go ahead and try my best at a sport. If I say that I'm going to start a business, you will know that I've started that business before I went to bed. I had this amazing ability to just do whatever I say that I'm going to do, even if it's an incredible risk and will put me in a financial danger or physical danger. If I know what I want or if I know what I don't want, like an anti-vision, I will take action on that as soon as possible. But we of course have the opposite of that, where people have a huge struggle doing what they set out to do or be able to just drive towards something that they want. And I've just laid some of my theories out to why I think that is. And if we quickly just jump into the first one, which would be people. So I subscribe to a theory coined by a man called Carl Jung, which is essentially that all humans share a collective unconscious, that there's essentially a set of archetypes that you can categorize humans into. So I would suggest that you do some quick reading or research online, because you will learn a lot more there that you can learn in this video. But in practice, let's say that a psychologist that have studied the theories of Carl Jung, in practice, this psychologist would be able to determine what kind of archetype you are, and from that knowledge, be able to predict your behavior in many different ways. It's a very interesting theory, and I subscribe to this theory, and it's a basis for my belief for why I think there are so big a contrast between people today. So we have these conquerors, we have these entrepreneurs, people that are really heavy into fitness and are able to do incredible things, and also have to add incredibly challenging things like marathons, people being able to stand on stage and have speeches for a lot of people. But then we have the other subgroup of people, which I call the time wasters, and you can categorize them however you want, but we have people that spend hours a day, days, weeks, months, and years thrown away at the screen of their liking. So whether that is a video game, watching their phone, and whatever it might be, we have this group called what I would call time wasters. What is it between these people? What is the difference here? What is causing us to have this incredibly motivating, inspiring set of people, and then having the exact opposite to that? What is causing this division and this contrast between humans? Some of my observations. So as you can see in this picture on the left, we have this big cloud of statements. If I just read up some quickly, I don't have time, but isn't that hard? But that's uncomfortable. They had parents to help them. That is unfair. I will do it as a New Year's resolution. It will take too much time, but I've never done that before. That's for smart people. We have this never-ending cloud of statements. And I've categorized that as essentially poison in very simple terms. This is where victim mindset, pity mindset, coping mindset, lazy mindset, comfort mindset lives. These mindsets live in this cloud. So if we have a person, and we take a person as an example, so we can call him John. So if John knows that he should work out, the first thought process that he goes through is this entire cloud. So he starts picking things from this cloud that can be applied to him. Maybe it will take too much time, but maybe it's a long way to the gym, right? Or maybe it will take time to set up some kind of home gym. Or he thinks that it will take too much time away from a video game that he's playing or some kind of other activity that he's doing. If we scroll over to the right, we have this concise set of words. So we have, I want this, or I don't want that. What's the next step? So what we have here is what I call the doer's mindset. We have a human that knows what they want or know what they don't want, and the only thought pattern they have is a straight, what's the next step? It's just a straight action, trying to find the action to take to get closer to this goal. This is a doer's mindset, and this is where I naturally gravitate towards. So as I said, when it comes to starting a business, at least when I was a lot younger, I wasn't even calculated. If I want to do something, I just went ahead and did it the same day. Today, I'm of course a bit more calculated in a way that I try to be more risk averse and try to weigh the positives versus the negatives in terms of return in investment. But why do we have people that are subscribing to the cloud to the left rather than subscribing to a doer's mindset? What is causing this division? Is it simply just people being different archetypes or having this pre-programmed thought patterns in them that dictate whether or not they are a person subscribing to these poisons or a person that has the ability to just go ahead and do something? But this is essentially how I visualize it. I visualize a poison as just a cloud, a cloud of nonsense. And I visualize the doer's mindset as a straight to the action, a very simple mindset. So if we scroll over to what I call the anti-vision page. So this page is talking about the different drivers for people. To the left here, we have this little rope, and on top of that rope, we have the text saying what you want. This is how I visualize striving towards a goal, a specific goal. So whether that is a car, a house, a lifestyle, a dream body, some kind of relationship, I visualize it being at the top, and below that is a rope dangling. And for you to get to that goal, you just have to climb all the way up this rope. On the right, we have what I would coin the anti-vision staircase. It looks a bit different. It's not a rope, it's a staircase. And to explain a bit what anti-vision is. When I was a kid, one of my biggest fears was growing up and ending up in a cubicle job. So working for a corporation on level 50 in some building somewhere, and being stuck in some kind of cubicle by a computer and just doing paper-related work, and just trying to visualize, give you that image that I had as a kid, just this gray and depressing type of work. This was a huge fear of mine because I saw that as prison. I saw that as almost worse than prison. And this was a big driver for me to becoming an entrepreneur. So at the beginning, it was me trying to succeed at sports, right? But then it led to entrepreneurship. And if we look at this, so the staircase is comprised of what or who you don't want to be. So for me, it was, I do not want to end up in a cubicle job. And as a kid, I did not understand and I did not know what other options would be. But I just knew that this is not it. That I will do everything in my power to not end up there. And your mind becomes more creative. So you're trying to find solutions to something else. So very naturally for me, I gravitated towards sports. So I figured that if I do sports, I will be out there playing this sport and not in this cubicle job. But I will also have the financials to take care of me and take my family out of the situation. And then we have the next step in the staircase, which is another what or who you don't want to be. And that could be another thing, could be just a personality trait. I do not want to be a rude person, a cold or mean person, right? So now you've stacked something else. And the reason why this is drawn as a staircase is that humans react stronger to negative feelings. So we react stronger to fears. And I believe this is an evolutionary trait that we got. So if we had a predator around the corner trying to eat us, it was very natural for us to kickstart this emotion in us or this feeling in us that made us take any action that we could to get out of that situation. So if I look at these two different types of drivers, so we have striving towards a specific goal, so climbing up the rope versus the anti-vision staircase. So on the left, we have something that is very much driven by motivation rather than discipline. So as soon as you start swaying and start becoming less motivated or having this need for this specific goal, you're starting to let go of that rope, right? The way I visualize the staircase of anti-vision is that it's like a plateau, it's a platform. That fear of this thing that I really do not want to experience or who I don't want to be acts as some kind of plateau, as a fear. So it catches me. So even if I don't have motivation or drive one day, right? If I wake up a day and I know that I have an entire day filled with work, meetings, a lot of stuff, it doesn't matter to me, because the fear of me ending up in that situation, ending up in that cubicle, that visual that I have of that cubicle is much stronger than any of the negative feelings that I have as the lack of motivation or the lack of drive. This anti-vision staircase creates that discipline in me that is never ending. So this fear is much stronger than the want for a car would be, or a home, or a dream vacation. It's much stronger than that. And this is also one of the drivers for me. Of course, humans are more complex than that. We have a lot of different drivers. No human has just one pure motivation. We all have different things. It may be one thing at the top, but this is at least what drives me, the fear of becoming something I really do not want to become. And the way this is connected to the subject here is I was not comfortable with the thought of ending up in a cubicle job. I was not comfortable with the thought of having a bad body or being out of shape and not having a functional body. I was afraid of all of these things. It was an uncomfortable thought. But where I think that the time wasters lie is that they subscribe to the comfort of not doing what is required to achieve something. They have fear of losing comfort. That could be their fear. So it could very well be an addiction to comfort. Finally, something that I wanted to bring up that's connected to this subject is life perspectives. So to the left, you will see a couple of sentences that you've probably heard a lot of times before. So, I just want to have fun. Don't take life too seriously. I didn't ask to be born. And to the right, you can see a different set of sentences. We have, I can't believe I was given the gift of life. I will make the most of my days. I don't have time to waste. If you look at these different life perspectives and try to, and of course I could talk about why I believe that one is better than the other, but I believe logic can speak for itself. A person that subscribes to the ones to the left will not respect life, and they will not respect time. They will not respect the time they have on this planet, so they will not bother using that time for something good, right? They will look at life as a curse and something to just ride out till their final day. Whereas the people on the right, they see life as a gift. They see it something as something they haven't earned, but rather given. And so they want to make the most of it. So I believe it's also a difference in how you view life, like your thought patterns in how you view life itself. If we go quickly back to observations, one of the observations was, I will do it as a New Year's resolution. Of course, we just went through New Year's, and the reason why this is a big one every single New Year is because people that are incapable of taking action, they use New Year's as an excuse for postponing a change that will bring them discomfort. So it could also be a way for them to believe that motivation will come on New Year's. They might think that motivation is waiting for them at New Year's. They're waiting for motivation before they can take action on something. The reason I don't subscribe to New Year's resolutions and why I don't do it is because I do not want to condition my mind into thinking that I have to wait for a special event or a special day to take big action for my life. If I condition myself to think that way, I will condition myself to not see every day as a special day, every day as an event. And if you subscribe to that life perspective that every single day that was given to you is a gift, then you will take every single day as a big event, meaning that every single day can bring a big change to your life. You don't have to wait for New Year's or a big event, your birthday or some kind of party to be able to make a change for yourself. And the way I've drawn up these contrasts between observations, anti-vision, life perspective, and also just quickly the theory of Carl Jung, which it's wise for you to check that theory out because it will teach you a lot about the human psyche. I believe these things are at the root for why we have such a different set of human beings, why we have these amazing high achievers, these conquerors, entrepreneurs, these fitness people, and then we have the ones that are just wasting their life away. And these are my thoughts. That was everything that I had for this video. And if you guys have any questions or thoughts about the things I just talked about, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will be happy to read through and answer them. And the way for me to know if you guys like these videos is by dropping a like and also subscribing, and I will continue making these type of videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.